Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is what trading on May 19th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So in terms of what we have coming up on Wednesday here, we do have CPI numbers for the year for UK. Actually, just a quick thing here. So just going back to the employment data here, the employment numbers here were positive. And then GDP stuff for Euro was mixed. Okay. We did see that the stock market did not do too well, and there's a lot of seems to be pressure on the stock market, so we are seeing more of a decline in the stock market. So coming up here, excuse me, for tomorrow, we do have ECB financial stability review. It's a lot of CPI numbers. CPI numbers here, these are the inflation numbers. These are very important right now because with the amount of money that the central banks have been printing, inflation is expected to go up, and we are already seeing a lot of things have become more expensive. So if the inflation gets too high, or if it's going higher than what was expected, that would cause the central banks to raise interest rates or change monetary policy, and that is negative for the stock market. So we'll keep an eye on this. Any sort of positive numbers above what's expected will have a positive impact on the currency, but negative impact on the stock market. And then we have Fed tomorrow, FOMC meeting minutes. Again, the important thing to pay attention to here would be what the expectations are for the monetary policy. Any sort of comments in regards to raising rates or cutting back on the asset purchases, all of that will have a positive impact on the US dollar, but negative impact on the stock market here. So this is important. And then, of course, we have employment numbers for Australia. Any kind of positive numbers will have a positive impact on Australian dollar. All right, so let's go on to our chart here. We'll start off with our euro dollar. So euro, big move to the through the resistance level here, so looking quite bullish here. Now, bias is bullish here. In terms of the pullback, we could look for a pullback towards a 1.2200, and potentially it could come all the way into 1.2185 level. So those are the two levels to watch out for. But bias is bullish here, and we're looking for price to go higher. Looking for a continuation now that it has gone through the resistance. So first target is 1.2250, and then further up we're looking at 1.2280. So bias here is bullish, looking for a bit of a pullback, and then a continuation move higher. So bullish bias here for euro dollar. Pound dollar here, this one also looking bullish. Price has gone through this resistance, looking for it to continue higher. 1.4230 is the next target here. And above that, we are going back into levels that we haven't seen for quite some time. So 1.4270 and 1.4300. So bullish bias here for pound dollar as well. Aussie dollar here, this one also looking bullish. For this one though, keep in mind price is into resistance, so we have to watch out, but looking bullish. Next target is 0.7850. So bullish bias here for Aussie dollar, but be careful with this resistance here. If we see that price struggles here, then we're likely to see a move back down here. So this is still an important support resistance level that Aussie will have to get through. New Zealand dollar here, this one also looking bullish. Overall, though, this one still trading in a range, just like Australian dollar here. So in this case, this is looking bullish, 0.7300. So that's the next target. So bias is bullish here for New Zealand dollar as well. But again, watch out for resistance. If price is not able to get through, then we could see the price come back down. So bullish bias here for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here, bias is still neutral to bearish here, or sorry, neutral here. Overall, the bias is to the downside, but the concern here is price is rejecting the low here. So this pin on the downside, which means we could see a rejection. So I'm looking for retest of 1.2040 level. And if that fails, we're looking for a move back into the range here. So this is still sideways here. Bias right now is neutral. If it holds above 1.2040, then we could see a move back into the range. So neutral bias here for dollar CAD. All right, let's take a look at our commodities here, starting with silver. Silver is looking bearish here. We have a big doji. As we discussed yesterday, went through the resistance, but now we are back in again. So looking for a drop here. So in this case, first target is 27.75, and then potentially lower if it can get through that level. Okay, so actually first target 27.85, and then we are looking at 27.60. So bearish bias here for silver. Gold here, gold is right into resistance. We have a very small candle close, so bias is neutral here. We could see things turn around, so watch out for that. If it fails to go through, we are back into filling some of this move again. So right now, neutral bias. If it goes through this resistance, though, this is a strong resistance, and that will open up this big drop here, which means we could start to see this one getting filled. But for now, bias is neutral. If it goes through, then the next target is 1893. But this is a strong support resistance level, so we need to watch it. And if it fails to go through, we're looking for a move back towards 1845. So this is neutral here. Oil here, oil looking bearish right now. It is still trading in a range. It's been stuck in this range for last couple of weeks here. And I'm looking for a move back towards the bottom of the range, 63.50. So neutral to bearish bias here for oil. Copper here, we have a pin bar here, which means this is a bearish symbol. So looking for a drop towards 4.57. So bias is bearish here for copper. Bitcoin here, Bitcoin looking bearish ever since Tesla came back, and first they sold their Bitcoin holdings or part of their Bitcoin holdings, and then they said they will not be accepting Bitcoin for Teslas anymore. And since then we have seen quite a drop here in Bitcoin. This one's still looking bearish. So next target here is 40,000, and then it could continue lower here. So 38,000 would be the next target after that. So bearish bias here. So yeah, 40,000 and then 38,000 are the two targets to the downside. Now watch out, we are into support resistance level. So if by any chance it holds, then we can see a move higher. But right now there's a lot of bearish sentiment here for Bitcoin. S&P 500 price was not able to go through the resistance, and here we are back again. So bias is bearish here, looking for a bit of a pullback and then a continuation to the downside here. Target here is 4040, so bearish bias for S&P 500. Nasdaq here, this one is also looking bearish. As we can see, price is into support, so do watch out. But next target here is 13,000, and then we're looking for a move below that here. So this is 12,920. So basically we had a drop, pullback, drop, pullback, and now looking for a continuation here. So bearish bias for Nasdaq. And Dow Jones here, this is looking bearish as well. So looking for a pullback and then a drop. So 33,575. So bearish bias for Dow Jones. And then DAX here, DAX is looking bearish as well. Price was not able to go through the resistance. And now we're looking for a drop back towards 15,130. So bias is bearish here as well. And FTSE as well, nice drop here for FTSE. In this case, looking for move towards 69.50. So bias is bearish here as well. And then Nikkei here. Nikkei is still neutral here. Price did try to go through, but it has failed. So it's still struggling with this strong support resistance level here. And as long as it continues to hold, then we would be looking for next leg lower. But right now, bias is neutral. There is some bullishness in here, but the large pin on top suggests that it's struggling, which means we could see a drop. So bias is neutral. And in this case, the first target here is 27,650 and then 27,120. So bias is neutral here for Nikkei. All right, so that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.